Good morning, Chiriqui. Good morning, Boquete. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Ow, stop doing that.
Oh, sorry.
It's
OCD.
OCD, yeah, squirrel. So,
Sorry.
great way to start the show today. It's been a crazy week for all of us, I think. It's been a wild week, and we're preparing for the arrival of
The vaccine.
the vaccine here to Boquete. Woohoo! It's been a long wait. People are excited. People are raring to go.
People are confused.
People have many questions. Good morning, Bolivar.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Veronica.
And Veronica down in David.
David, yeah.
Good morning, Veronica. Hope everything's chilling down there. Anyway, so I've got Al Stefanelli, in case you haven't guessed yet.
Hello.
Got Al Stefanelli on the show today. I did have other plans, but this one is so much better.
I don't mind playing second fiddle, you know. That's fine.
So the
See how
weather's
you are.
nice and breezy.
Oh, it's
and
beautiful out. Yeah.
Slightly cloudy, a little bit of sunshine too. We haven't had any huge rains. I know yesterday in town there was a downpour and then it stopped.
Yeah, it was like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be, you know, just come.
Water my
do it all
grass,
at
go
once.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, water my plants, take off.
Yeah, I like the sun. I like the breeze. I like the nice cool weather we've been having.
Yes.
It's been nice. They're fixing up the sidewalks in town. Have you noticed?
I noticed that. You know, and that really, you know, considering the amount of retired people here that have mobility either issues or difficulty
Yeah.
or whatever, that is a welcome.
Hey, I'm glad to see it.
Welcome change.
Yeah, after so many broken ankles, broken arms,
gosh, yeah.
falls, scrapes.
Or
it's-
near concussions, because I'll tell you a really short but funny story. So, you know, I have difficulty walking, right? So I always look down, looking down, making sure I don't trip over anything, because nobody wants that, right? And I'm walking past the park.
It's very embarrassing anyway.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't really shake that one off.
Yeah, and you take
Once
out a
you-
few toddlers
yeah.
at the same time. You're not looking
Yeah.
so.
I should hire someone, so if I do fall, they can just chuck some toddlers in front of me, so I can blame the kids, right?
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm walking past the plaza, and I'm not on my phone or nothing, but I'm looking down, and I walk right into the giant overhanging bus mirrors.
Oh.
and
ouch.
it's weird the way they are, because there's no connecting rods like in a regular mirror. Where you,
It just comes off the top and kind of
and
L-shaped.
I slammed into that thing,
Ooh,
and,
ouch.
and I heard giggling. You know, I kind of deserve that. You know, but
That always makes you feel good. You do
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
stupid, you're already embarrassed, and then you hear the giggling too. Yeah.
why not, right? Just
Yeah.
insult to injury,
Yeah.
flame to the fire. But with the if the sidewalks are repaired, or at least evened out,
Then at least you'll see that mirror
then
coming.
I'll at least before I walk into it, I'll see it. You know, so I'll have some. You know, I'll be able to catch myself.
And
sort of.
and it's actually a very nice stamped cement design.
Yeah.
It's solid cement, so I guess it's going to last for a while, hopefully.
You know, there's a lot of growth going on downtown.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
And it's really good to see that.
Oh, they're
you
making
know?
a nice new park.
Yeah.
They're planting flowers.
Yep.
They're putting down sod. I mean, things look pretty good.
And there's new construction.
There's new construction coming. I mean, this
Some of the-
this
yes.
little town is starting to boom again.
And some of the old buildings, you know, that probably just, you know, a good renovation for them would involve a bulldozer. Are being
That's true.
They're
That's
being
true.
torn down
Yeah.
and rebuilt. you
Yeah,
know,
and fresh
it's-
coats of paint,
Yeah.
and
And
things
don't
are.
and don't forget Mateo doing his murals all over town.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Yeah, it's
The
it's-
bus stops and
yeah.
walls on some of the businesses,
Yeah.
and things are shaping up nicely
It's
here.
nice to see, you know, especially after, you know, being in the quarantines, the lockdowns, you know, businesses failing. You know, for a while there, it was like it's all bad. I mean,
Everything was bad, yeah.
It's going to end up like a ghost town or whatever. And now,
Well, it did look like a ghost town when we
did.
were in
Well, that's
quarantine. I
true,
mean, it was
yeah.
amazing. It was
but
amazing.
there's a lot of activity, and then okay, granted, yes, a lot of that activity has something to do with why we have a
Yes.
curfew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it's not just us. I mean, it's coming over the border from
Yeah.
Costa Rica too.
Yeah.
we have a huge spike in cases, and a lot of people are getting really sick and ending
Yeah.
up in the hospital, including people here from Boquete.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
no, it's not people on the farms.
No,
It's our
no.
local community, and I'm sure everybody's who heard the rumors. It is hitting our community pretty hard,
Yeah.
including the expats.
And it's not. It's no bochinche.
No, this is not
No.
bochinche, and people are letting their guard down. They're going around, still in the supermarkets with the mask below the chin,
Yeah.
and people are not quite as
Vigilant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
word.
It's it. Nobody likes wearing the masks.
I hate them.
Nobody likes having to, get your temperature taken and I got a shift here. To get your temperature taken, and have to wait on lines. I mean, it's not convenient, but it's not really supposed
Yeah,
to be.
yeah.
It's that way everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you don't pay attention and again be vigilant about washing your hands and
Oh, I see stiffer consequences coming. I mean, not
Yeah.
consequences. I can't say we're being bad.
No, it's
We're
not a punishment, but
No.
it's
It's to protect people, really. And yeah, the vaccine is here, but you get your first vaccine, it's still not enough to control the infection because this is just the over 60 crowd,
yeah.
or 60 and over, I should
60
say.
and teachers
The
and,
teachers
and,
and the pregnant women.
pregnant women.
Yeah.
The pregnant women over 60.
Over 60, as the translation on one of your
know.
articles went. Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
freaked people out.
You can't imagine the messages, the private messages I got.
I can
Are there
imagine.
many 65-year-old pregnant women here? I don't know.
Well, who's the 50-year-old that just gave birth? I don't remember. I saw it in the news.
I did too. I can't
Yeah.
remember that. But yeah, it's not a punishment, and I know it's very easy.
It seems like it.
It seems like
And it seems like they're treating us like children. They're not. They're trying to.
And there's a lot, there's a lot of misinformation
Yeah.
about, why do we have this lockdown on Sundays?
Yeah.
Are they going to shut down Saturdays?
Yeah.
And I know,
So far, no.
no, so far no, that's not on the table.
But if they
And-
have to, they will.
And they have relaxed the curfew
Yeah,
from
to
8 to 10, I think, or 11
starting
or
this coming
midnight
week,
or
right?
something. Yeah,
Starting this
yeah.
coming week.
It's 10 o'clock. Restaurants can stay open till 9, so it shouldn't have too much of an economic impact.
But people actually have to respect it. I mean, there's people that are not respecting it. They say, "Oh, but I go out anyways, and they're not going to do anything to me."
And
And,
what?
maybe they're not going to catch you, but you're not helping.
No, you're
You're
not.
not. If you're not helping the situation, you're making it worse.
Well, one of the most common comments that I see on Facebook is, well, so what does this mean? The virus doesn't come out to play
Yeah.
on Sunday
Yeah.
or after 10 o'clock? And
Yeah.
The purpose of the curfew is not because, you're going.
The virus doesn't work on an hourly basis.
It's just
that's very true.
The less overall circulation,
The better.
The better.
And I've seen this. The town is back to like pre-COVID
Yeah.
busyness.
Yeah.
We'll put it
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of that, now to go to any other province from Chiriquí,
Dun dun dun.
you're going to have to get a nasal swab. And yes, it will be obligatory.
Yes, a compulsory swab.
Luckily, it's the nose.
Yes, that is good.
I mean, in China, they were trying other orifices.
Yes, and that.
Orifice
How do you
side?
do that in a drive-through, though? I mean, that's
You mean the nose or the other way?
the other way.
Well, roll down the window, and you remember mooning.
Yeah, okay. That could be. That could.
That could really
That could be very
disturbing.
uncomfortable. Yeah, especially if you're the one administering the swab.
No. Okay, no nasty grams, no questions of whether it's really going to be an anal swab or a nasal
that's
swab.
not-
We were
that's
just
not
kidding.
here. Yeah, that is
we
not
were
here.
kidding. Yeah, but yes, and definitely not kidding about nasal swab and going out of the province. The two places that they're going to be doing it are in Hualaca
Yeah.
and in Divisa.
Yeah.
So if you plan on going to Panama and you plan on going on a bus or in a car,
Or
Expect
down to
it-
the beach.
Yeah, expect a swab.
Expect a swab. Yeah.
I don't know how long that's going to take. Those tests usually take about 20 minutes, so it's going to
Yeah.
back things up.
Yeah. Expect delays.
Yeah.
Expect delays. Yeah.
I feel like we're on a morning show. We are on the
Expect
morning shows.
delays.
Okay.
Yes. The traffic today.
Al doing his best to imitate a helicopter. Yeah.
Didn't quite.
Didn't work out. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are. Yeah, I know, right? I just sound effects used to be my thing, and now the sound
The
effects.
mask. It's the mask.
Well, yeah. Plus, most of the sound effects I make now involve when I'm getting up from a seating position, and if I'm on the floor and I have to get up, the sound effects usually involve profanities. So we won't head there. But
Yeah. Well, luckily you don't have to sit on the floor here.
no,
Yeah.
I do not. But I will tell you this. This was announced, I think, yesterday, the day before. Originally, the vaccines were supposed to start on Monday here,
Right.
and then go to, I guess, Friday.
Which is very odd because everywhere else it's been starting midweek
Yeah, so they moved that
to midweek.
to midweek. Yeah, so the 26th it starts, and here in District 4-5, we have
Circuit 4-5.
Circuit.
Yes,
yeah,
it's voting circuit.
Circuito, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the corregimientos.
Corregim. Help us out here, Bodhi.
The six
How do you
sheep,
say that?
Six sheep sick.
Yeah.
Bajo Boquete is at the CB Josefa Montero de Vasquez. I guess that's a school.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah.
Centro Básico Educativo.
And Alto Boquete is in El Francis. And it says Alto Boquete, it just says ESC.
Yeah,
Escuela.
the
So
school
Escuela
of-
Alto Boquete. It's
uh-huh.
probably that big one up there on the right going
Yeah,
going down.
and then in Jaramillo, it's in the school as well in Centro Jaramillo.
Yeah, and Los Naranjos is
Naranjos.
Naranjos.
Yes.
Naranjos is at.
Well, you don't have to put the host, but yeah.
Jos is Octavio Lopez Pascal, and
Uh-huh.
Palmyra is the school in Palmyra, and Caldera is the school in Caldera.
Yeah,
That's
and right there in the little town of Caldera.
a little town,
Yeah.
and I think that's trying to.
It's actually a very neat town square in Caldera.
You know what? I've never seen it.
We should.
We should go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just-
we could do on location in Caldera.
I know. Well, we don't have the van anymore.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
I know. Roger sold the mobile.
The mobile
unit.
home, yeah. Well, we'll have to do like they do with the tornadoes and stuff. When they go storm chasing. Yeah.
Put it in. Just throw an antenna on the car. You've got a Jeep.
I've got a Jeep.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Oh man, yeah.
This show is going. Time to get back on track.
Well,
Squirrel.
Speaking of on track,
Yeah.
there was a lot of feedback on that one article that I posted the other day about the situation in Cherokee,
Oh yes, getting worse.
swabbed and all that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We
There's a lot of feedback on that. Yeah.
well, there's been a lot of increases.
There has.
in Cherokee. And like,
amazing numbers. Of
yeah,
the
and it's
cases.
not just the farms or the indigenous.
And it's
everybody.
not just the elderly either. To tell you the truth, it's all ages
Yeah.
now, and including young toddlers have been hospitalized with severe COVID.
Yeah, and the head of Mensa, which would be what's his name there?
Sucre.
Made a statement, and he said, "What is that? There's the truck out there. I can
Yeah,
never.
they're
is it-
selling fish.
Oh, it's either fish or scrap metal. Oh,
No, that's fish.
well, he's very exuberant, isn't he? So Sucre
Yeah.
says, "What is certain is that all the beds that were destined for the situation in Cherokee have been occupied. So all I guess that means that there's no room." And he said, "This is forcing us to readjust the beds that we wanted to prepare for patients with other pathologies. Cherokee continues to complicate us. We are at the door, or we're getting to the point where a third wave is coming through."
Well, they said, Chiriquí is already starting on the third wave.
Yeah.
So,
And he pointed out that if cases continue to increase, variations will have to be made in the decisions already taken.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that
They're going to make
yeah.
it stricter.
And that paragraph is kind of what is
Not making people happy.
It's getting the goat of a lot of people, but
But we have to protect our doctors, our nurses, our medical
First
staff.
responders, yeah.
There's not enough. They're already opening up more beds. They're opening up another floor in the COVID ward
Yeah.
in the towers down in David because of the increase in cases.
And these were beds that were supposed to be for cancer patients,
Yeah.
people that have other things. And he said,
Yeah, this was for other stuff.
and he cited the constant movement in Cherokee,
Yeah.
along with the relaxation of
The constant
population.
movement being not just ourselves, but also people crossing the border with Costa Rica,
Yeah.
also just, internal tourism between Panama and Chiriquí. So their worry is that they're coming from other provinces. When they leave, they're bringing back COVID with them.
Yeah. Well,
As a nice gift, I
welcome.
went sightseeing in Chiriquí and I brought you COVID.
yeah, all I got was a stupid T-shirt and COVID.
And COVID.
But he made a statement though that and I know sometimes some of the statements that come from the government seem a little
Tough.
pointed or very. So he says this is a quote. Now it's machine translated. So it says the false sense of security that we have is leading us to forget the biosafety regulations, the fact that vaccines are arriving and that the figures are favorable. We are already leaving that pandemic control zone. So I guess
We relaxed too much.
We relax too much. It seems that we are fooling ourselves. We have not come out of the pandemic. We are in a constant struggle, and
It's kind of like beating back a wave at the
Yeah,
beach
and
is what
it's-
is going on
and he says this is what happened in
in the other countries that are doing so
yeah.
badly.
And also
Colombia,
in
Costa
Cherokee.
Rica.
This is what's happening here as well. And he said,
Yeah.
like you said earlier about the checkpoints in Gualaca and Divisa, they're going to have to get a swab. You're not going to be let out of Cherokee without getting a test.
Right. So if you're dead set against getting a nasal swab, they can make you now. They can at the border make you get the swab.
Yeah.
So if you don't want one, then don't travel. I think they're also doing it at the airport.
Yeah.
At the airport in David. So either way, if you're going by plane, if you're going by car, if you're going by bus, you're going to get swabbed.
Yeah, and there's been I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that are having trouble registering, and I've had that difficulty as well. I've gone to the website 2 or 3 times, and when I go to register, either I don't exist in the system,
Right.
or they can't. Or
It's like disappearing.
Yeah, or if I did register, when you go to check the verification, we have no record of you.
Yeah.
And I know it's really frustrating. It's happening to a lot of people that don't have a cedula. Either they have
Yeah.
their residency carnet, or they have a passport, or a visa
Well,
card.
trust me, they really, really want you to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
So they're going to do everything they can to help you get vaccinated. So go anyways. Go to your district, go to your school in your area.
Yeah.
And they have a line for non-registered as well as registered. So the non-registered will get registered right there in that line.
Yeah.
You can go
And
to
bring your documents. Bring your passport.
your
bring
passport,
ID.
everything
Yeah.
you have. So I just got a message, and it's from one of our favorite doctors that we have on the show,
Ooh.
Dr. Tour.
Dr.
William Tour. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
He wanted me to talk a little bit about contraindications for the vaccine,
Okay.
such as if you've ever had allergic reactions to other vaccines, and these allergic reactions include hives, swelling of the tongue or eyes, or wheezing.
Yeah.
And these generally occur within less than an hour after getting a vaccine. Not just allergic reactions do not include getting fever, getting chills, body aches, arm soreness. These are things that you normally expect to happen with any type of vaccine. Or another contraindication is if you had an allergic reaction to your first dose of the COVID vaccine. Definitely want to talk to your doctor if you had any type of reactions to see if it's okay for you to get the vaccine.
To get the vaccine, yeah. There are people who have issues with vaccine. I mean, genuine, verified medical.
Exactly.
issues,
Breakout, have anaphylactic reactions. Since you're listening, Dr. William Tour, Dad, can you tell us the AstraZeneca we have here and the requirements here? The only contraindications is if you're a woman under 50 or a man under 30. I've had a lot of questions about people that are on medications for blood clots or tend to get blood clots. Question is, if you tend to get blood clots or you're on medication for clotting, can you get the AstraZeneca?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
There's a lot of concern in the community here
Right.
about the AstraZeneca vaccine, about the dangers of the clotting, without having a pre-existing condition or having being on clotting factors and all that.
Right, exactly. And it's a common question I've gotten, and I've told people the risk is so low. It's a personal decision, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But if you're dead set on getting that vaccine as quickly as you can,
Yeah.
and you're not yet 60, we're not vaccinating under 60-year-olds here yet.
Yeah.
It's one of your options.
Yeah.
And you definitely have to talk to your doctor about it. But
Definitely. Talk to your doctor,
yes.
not your uncle on YouTube.
Yeah, don't ask on Facebook, please. And, I can't give individual consultations online. Come to the office.
Show up.
Show up, because I can't give advice to somebody that I don't know them. I don't know their medical history.
Sure, yeah.
But overall, the vaccines are safe, and there's very, very few contraindications to getting a vaccine. So everybody should feel comfortable getting their vaccine.
Yeah.
Are you seeing shiny? I see you.
No, I'm just looking around at.
Yeah, we're kind of still in this new little.
Yeah,
What
this
would
is
you say?
cool.
A hut?
I think it's a
Ranchito?
step above a hut.
Yeah, hut didn't sound right, did it?
Yeah. It's
It's well done. I like it.
yeah. It's an enclosed gazebo.
So
That's what it is. Anyway.
Anyway, so the AstraZeneca, yes, even if you're on blood thinners, have a history of clotting problems, yes, you can get the AstraZeneca. Obviously, talk to your doctor first if you have any doubts.
Talk to your doctor.
Talk to your
Always
doctor.
Talk to your doctor.
The side effects from the AstraZeneca are very few, and you're very unlikely to have a problem, as I'm getting reports here on my
yeah.
messenger.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's kind of like your fact checker. I got my fact checker.
Yeah, well, that's Dr. William Tour is a great fact checker.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, he's a wealth of information.
A wealth, a plethora,
A plethora.
a veritable
A
cornucopia.
cornucopia. That was my next statement, but you stole it from me.
Dang it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually, I think that was one of the other questions I got from somebody else. I remember I showed it to you before the show, and then I forgot exactly what the question was. Okay, it would be helpful to offer some advice on how to best prepare and follow up with the vaccination process. Okay, preparation, very little. Show up.
Yeah.
Show up with your ID.
Yeah, definitely show up with your ID. If you're an expat, even if you have a carnet, which I think commonly called an e-cedula.
Yeah.
But it's actually a carnet.
Yeah.
I think only citizens can get a cedula. But anyway, that's a whole other show.
Yeah.
If you have,
We're going to start getting some nasty grams about that.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But even if you have a carnet or a Visa, the Visa card, bring your passport
A
anyway.
Visa? A MasterCard?
A Visa, MasterCard. But we don't take American Express. But yes, bring your passport anyway, because there have been several occasions over the past few years when I have brought my Visa with me.
And they ask you for your passport, too.
Yeah, particularly at the bank.
Uh-huh.
So
And at the clinic, too.
Yeah, so
Salute.
so if you're going, whether you're registered or you're going on that non-registered line,
Yeah.
have your passport.
Yeah, have
with
your
you.
identification. Yeah. Even if you have your e-cedula, it's always recommended
To have your passport.
have your passport. Squirrel. Okay, so how
Have
do
a
you...
pine cone.
Thank you. I actually like pine cones. I've got some giant ones
Are
from...
they good? Anyway,
Anyway, squirrel. So, how do you
Show up.
prepare? You show up with your IDs. You show up probably having had at least a light breakfast. You don't want to go without eating. You don't know how long you're going to have to wait either.
sure, yeah.
Show up well hydrated. Take your normal meds for the day. If
Yeah.
you take pressure meds, thyroid meds, diabetes meds, take
Yeah.
your medications for the day. because we don't need you stroking out in the parking lot.
No, nobody wants that.
No. So
Unless you have toddlers, you can throw them away.
stay well hydrated, bring water. The night before and the day of, don't recommend drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
One, because it dehydrates you.
And it thins your blood.
And
It'll thin your blood.
It'll
or
thin your
raises
blood.
pressure or something.
Yeah, it'll raise your blood pressure too. Just behave. You don't need to drink the night before. You don't need to drink the day of.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, if you're drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning, you have other problems.
Thank you, Dr. Al. Our new Dr. Phil.
This has been a public service announcement. Don't get drunk before you get your vaccine.
Yeah, don't get drunk before you get your vaccine. Don't even get drunk before you get your tattoos. That's not really the best idea. Anyway.
Still good advice.
Still good advice. Maybe even think about bringing a stool or fold-up chair with you. Like I said, you don't know if you're going to have to wait a while.
Yeah.
Try to get there early. It's always best to get there early. Yeah. I'm sure, they say the vaccine stations will open at 8. I'm sure there's going to be lines of locals lined up from 5 o'clock in the morning.
More than likely.
More than likely.
Think of getting a new iPhone. Just get there, early.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like Black Friday.
Right. Yeah. Except when they open the doors, just don't trample
everything. Yeah, don't trample the nurses. Oh, and importantly, please thank your nurses. They work 12 to 16-hour shifts to get everybody vaccinated. They're putting themselves at risk, exposing themselves daily. They don't just start at 8 a.m.
No, they're there the day before.
They're there the day before. They're already setting up in the schools, so it's not just the day before. It's even the week before. Yeah. They have to get up extremely early to get the vaccines out of the freezer. Yep. They come up from who knows where, David, the mean Saint David.
Yeah.
They travel with a police escort in very special coolers and stuff. Each time they run out, they have to take out new doses, new vials, and prepare them. They have to let them defrost. I think it takes a couple hours for it to get to the right temperature. And then they only have 6 hours to use it once it is defrosted. So it's very time sensitive. It's very complicated.
It's a logistical nightmare, and people, why can't they get this right? Well, it's not like, jumping in your car and going over to Ray's to get some ramen noodles.
Yeah.
This is a complicated, like you said, it's a complicated process.
It is. And you have to be specially trained.
Yeah.
They've been training for months. Before the vaccines actually started arriving in Panama, they trained their people for months. So, got a little message here from Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Just another squirrel moment. The big pine cones that we have were from the Ponderosa pines.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah, thanks, Mom, for being my fact checker. Got Mom and Dad weighing in today.
That's very cool. Man.
I'm glad you guys are listening.
I am too.
They listen. Actually, they're very good about listening every single show. And they love it when you're on. So, yeah. If you're not on, they're less likely to listen.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm kidding.
My hat's going to pop off my head.
Anyways, so, and then after the vaccine, obviously you should stick around for 15-20 minutes after your vaccine. Make sure you don't have an allergic reaction to it.
Sure.
Allergic reaction, like we were talking before. Swelling of the tongue, the throat, the lips, the eyes, hives, itching, or trouble breathing.
Basically,
if
you start to look like Marty Feldman, see your doctor.
Ooh. And in other news, so after the vaccine, don't expect to feel anything right away, except for maybe a sore arm within an hour or two of the vaccine.
Injection site.
Yeah. I think, for me, it was like a delayed reaction with my first one. It wasn't until about 12 hours later, I woke up in the middle of the night, and my arm felt like it was on fire.
It's always the middle of the night.
I know, always.
It's just, not really fair.
So, no, it's not. And I got this intense chill.
Yeah.
But that lasted about a couple hours, and the next day, I should have taken Tylenol. I don't think I had any on me at the time. Next day I was a little bit tired. And that's what people mostly complain about, is being tired. Being tired afterwards. And it goes away pretty quickly. I wouldn't pre-medicate necessarily. You shouldn't take your Tylenol or your ibuprofen unless you need it after you get
Yeah.
your injection.
Well, you might not need it.
You might not need it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no reason to necessarily pre-medicate for any of this. If it happens, if you get a sore arm afterwards, take your Tylenol, take your ibuprofen, whatever painkiller you used to take.
Of choice.
Of choice, yep. Dealer's choice. And you can put a ice pack or even a heat on the
Heat
injection
compress, yeah.
site later on. I definitely wouldn't do it unless I had pain.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to affect the vaccination at all as it's starting to work.
Most of the things that I'm reading on social media are along the lines of, I got my shot and I was fine.
Yep.
That's a vast majority of
That's
them.
the vast majority. A few people have symptoms with the first one, a few with the second, more likely with the second than the first. I was lucky. I got it both times.
Yay!
Yay! Yay me! That means my immune system was working very, very well. Go immune system. So, especially younger people tend to have more symptoms after their vaccine than older people because their immune systems are very good.
Yeah.
So they'll react more. Other than that, normal meds, normal diet. Some people ask me, can I take my cortisone? They take cortisone already for arthritis and that kind of thing or other conditions. If you're already on it, do not stop your treatment.
Yeah, I think that's very important to kind of hammer that, is that if you're on medication, you don't have, because it's been a lot of times when you have to go for a procedure, the doctor says, okay,
stop your meds.
Yeah, bring it with you, but don't take it. And being as how this is a retirement destination, there's a lot of people that live here in Boquete, Alto Boquete, that take medication. Some take a lot of medication. So it's...
And if you're diabetic and you're in line, bring your lifesavers, bring...
glucose pills,
a
chair.
Yeah.
Bring a fold. Look, I got to tell you...
Bring a juice
As
box.
a diabetic, I can tell you that if you're going to have to be online, standing for a long period of time, if you don't have one already, run down to PriceSmart or to Do It Center.
Do It Center, yep.
And for $5 or $6, you can get one of those folding chairs.
Yeah.
They're in a little nylon case with a shoulder strap. I know that if I have to stand online, I'm going to bring a chair with me. I'm going to bring my backpack with 2-3 bottles of water in it. I have glucose pills. I have snacks. Whatever, because as a diabetic, these and most of you who are diabetic understand that these symptoms and really they come on quick.
Yeah.
You're fine. And then a minute later you're on the ground.
Yeah.
It's really, really fast. So,
and if you normally take blood pressure pills in the morning, take your blood pressure pills in the morning. Don't.
But prepare. That's interesting. The preparation really is not.
Not any different from doing anything. Anything else.
And I know I joked earlier about standing online for an iPhone.
Yeah.
Right? But it's true. Anything you're going to be online for. If you're 25 years old and you're fit and you go hiking and jump out of airplanes, whatever. But here, a lot of people here that are seniors, a lot of senior citizens here that have, medications they're taking, and there's a lot of diabetes here.
Yeah.
And it's no fun, just collapsing.
No,
it's just not.
No, and then you kind of take.
Gravity literally sucks.
Yeah, then you kind of take away the nurses from their primary job, which is giving the vaccinations. Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that my fellow diabetics out there, if you're going to go do this, please, water, tablets, your glucose tablets, snacks, whatever, and
Juice,
something to
snacks,
sit on.
Yeah, something to sit on. That's probably the most
folding
important.
chairs here at the radio station.
Yeah. These would be easy to bring.
They would.
Yeah.
But really, I know it seems like common sense, but sometimes, we tend to, to forget. Yeah, I have actually seen diabetics collapse waiting for movie tickets.
Exactly.
You're 10 minutes online.
Yeah.
So,
I collapsed once at a concert because I had just gotten out of my final exams in medical school, and I hadn't slept for a week, and I hadn't eaten well for a week.
Yeah.
Went to go see Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think
Ooh.
it was. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
cool.
nice.
I got to watch them passing the ambulance.
Oh, look there.
Going to stage. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go. I just got overheated.
Yeah.
I was dehydrated. I just needed to be cooled down. I drank some water. They didn't have to do anything. But yeah, you never know.
No, you know, it's always good to be prepared.
Oh, Mom said, "Hiya, we love you too."
Oh, thank you, Mom. Can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to come soon. You know, the vaccination process is getting done.
Yeah.
I know my parents have both gotten their vaccinations. I've got mine.
Yeah.
So,
Well, David can make us whole pizzas.
yeah. Oh, he's going to make some pizza today. Or no, tomorrow. He's making the dough today.
Oh, yeah, sure. Tomorrow when nobody can come get. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Okay.
Are you listening, David?
I see
You got, yeah.
Making pizzas on Sunday.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
On
Well, he
quarantine
didn't know.
Sunday.
Yeah. And I made lasagna.
Well, where is it?
Well, it's at the house. You want to come by and get a piece?
I wish I could. I have no time.
You need to eat.
I know.
You're diabetic.
I know. Shiny.
Shiny, yes. Oh, off topic again, aren't we?
We do that a lot, though.
Yeah, but that's
you
all
know.
right. I think it makes it more interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, it does.
So,
It can't always be collapsing, you know, in a heap of diabetic coma. You know,
I
you gotta
know.
have some levity. right?
yeah, definitely. So those are the main recommendations for before and after your shot. After your shot, if you start to have a sore arm, start to feel chills or ill, you can take your Tylenol or your ibuprofen. Obviously, any allergic reactions, even if it's, you know, a while after you get your shot, sometimes it's not the first 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Let a doctor know immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we already went on over what those signs and symptoms are. Here, I've gotten a lot of questions. Is the Pfizer vaccine the same one as in the States? Because here, they're spacing the doses out by 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And in other places, they're spacing them out by 2 or 3 weeks. Yes, it's the same Pfizer vaccine. There's only one.
Yeah, and they're coming from either the U.S. or Belgium.
Right.
That's the manufacturing. Someone asked me that yesterday, so
Yeah.
I did look that up.
So, thank you. Fact check.
Yay.
Yay. So they are all coming from one of two places. They're the exact same vaccine. Their manufacturer says that it's okay to give it up to,
3 to 4 weeks.
yeah, I think even up to like 42 days afterwards, something like that.
I think the schedule is based on, like here, it's what, 3 weeks? 4 weeks
they're
here?
doing it 4 weeks now.
4 weeks, yeah.
Everybody has to get
Yeah.
their second dose in 4 weeks. They're not
Right.
doing it earlier.
Well, no, because you got 4.3 million people here.
Or more.
You got 400 million people in the States.
Right.
So, you know, that 1 week, taking off that 1 week from the second dose
Yeah.
will speed things up
Yeah.
exponentially with
Yeah.
a population that big.
Here, we're just not getting the shipments in as quickly. We're
Yeah.
not getting as much in, and it's understandable. Where are we going to store it?
Yeah.
For one, it's not because we're incompetent here.
Yeah.
It's we don't have the storage space.
Yeah, it's logistics.
It's all logistics.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you have to get them all the way out into, you know, where
The interior,
the
yeah.
Novid are.
Yeah.
You know, far off places. You can't give it as easily every space
Yeah.
it out 2 or
Well,
3
some,
weeks.
Some of the communities here in Panama are not really accessible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where I can drive this far, and now we got to walk.
Yeah.
Even up here.
Or get
our
in a
province.
cayuco and have to go downriver, or
Yeah.
upriver is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, I know a lot of people are not a lot of people, but there is some concern about, you know, well, how come Panama can't get its mess together? You know, why it's not, like you said, it's not a lack of knowledge or professionalism or experience or training. A lot
It's
of
not
it
a
has
lack
to
of
do-
personnel. They
Yeah.
hired more personnel.
It's
Yeah.
logistics, getting the medications from point A to point B,
Yeah.
and then distributing them from point B to, you know, not everyone lives in a gated community with a perfect road that
Yeah.
goes in.
Yeah.
You know, so and Panama does want to get everybody
vaccinated. They bought
Yeah.
enough. They think they've bought enough doses to cover 90% of the population.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't been able to do the census. We have no idea how many people are in the country at the moment.
Yeah.
But guesstimating, they think they got about 90% covered.
Yeah.
So between all of the different types of, or the different brand, I want to say brands. It's
Well,
not
they're
really-
brands.
Yeah.
They're brands.
Brands of vaccines.
Well, you got, right now, Pfizer is here.
Pfizer's the
AstraZeneca's
big
here.
one. AstraZeneca, they're
Uh,
getting 200.
204,000.
204,000
more doses.
Yeah.
I don't think Johnson & Johnson's here. Moderna's not here.
No.
Sputnik is
But
not here.
no, and the Chinese one is not
The
here
Chinese
either.
one is not here. But
The majority of them are the Pfizer.
yeah.
There are starting to get more AstraZeneca in.
And those people who have concerns about the vaccination process, or they're confused, and not in a bad way, but they're confused because they're getting, there's so much contradictory
Yep.
information
Yep.
and misinformation. Same advice, right? Talk
Yep.
to your doctor.
Talk to your doctor.
You know, talk to your doctor. You know,
What's the show called?
I
Talking
don't
with your
know.
doctor.
Talking
Yeah.
with
Talking with your
somebody,
doctor. Yeah,
something.
yeah. Talk to your doctor.
Well, when in doubt, just pop googly eyes on. Right? By the way, I drive around with a couple of packs of different size googly eyes in my car, because
Why?
sometimes, I'll pass by something and I'll say, that needs googly eyes. So if you see googly eyes on various things around town,
I'll start taking pictures of it and send it to you. I'll be like, Al was here.
but yes, ask your doctor. Your medical professionals have accurate information.
Yeah,
They're
don't
trained,
ask
you know.
Facebook.
Yeah, really, asking for medical advice on social media never really ends well.
No, you'll get a gazillion different
Yeah.
answers, and most of them probably aren't quite right.
Now, social media is good for, like, if you have a chronic condition, you join a group of other people that
Yeah.
have that condition. Like
Yeah.
I'm with the diabetes group, I'm with the neuropathy group, and we share information. Hey, how do these shoes work for you, or whatever.
Yeah.
But getting a medical diagnosis
Yeah.
from posting it,
And you'll get more than just, you ask, I need an endocrinologist, let's
Yeah.
say. You will get not only names of endocrinologists as well as alternative medicine
you get
options,
some of everything.
but
yeah.
you'll also get, have you tried this? Have you tried that? My
Yeah.
neighbor used this. You know what? I would check your diagnosis, because that's not what you have type of information from online.
Right? Yeah.
You won't just get what you're asking for, which is just the name of an endocrinologist. You will get a gazillion different opinions, options, and as far as sometimes even being criticized.
Well, that never happens.
No.
No, not at all.
No.
It's funny that there's a joke in the south of the United States, and where they say, okay, well, a ways is something you can see. A good ways is like 5 to 10 miles, and a right good ways is 20, 30 miles, and then you have yonder, which is all points after. And when you ask somebody, okay, hey, I'm looking for a drugstore, right? And they'll say, well, there's a one ways down the road, and you can see it from here. And here's the segue. When people go on Facebook, in the Boquete community group or Boquete News or whatever local group, and they say, I'm looking for, insert whatever you're looking for, here in Boquete. If you know of a place in Boquete, by all means, share it. Vaccination sites, drugstores, whatever. But if someone asks for something local, everyone, there's in David, you can go, you can get it here, you can go to Volcan, and
Or they don't even answer the question. They go off on their own little
off on
tangent.
something else.
Yeah.
So, and this is relevant because they've been publishing, and we went over them earlier, vaccination sites.
Right.
And, they're only going to publish the vaccination sites of where they're currently giving the vaccination. So if you're in Volcan, or you're in Serapunta, you're some Boca Chica or whatever, and don't come on I'm not going to say don't, but it's not a good idea to come on to the local Facebook group and say, okay, I live here, when can I get my vaccination? There was a big problem in David last week with a lot of people going to David from Boquete to get their vaccination. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of confusion. Some people got vaccinated.
Some people got turned away. Because they weren't from the area, or because they weren't the correct age group, or because They ran out of vaccines,
Yeah.
or because really the vaccinations in David were for the people in David.
David, yeah. So if someone gets on Facebook and says, "Hey, where can I get vaccinated? Today or tomorrow or this week," and you have that graphic,
Yeah.
by all means share it.
Yeah.
But giving information about other areas,
Yeah. They might vaccinate you, yes.
they might not.
They might not.
Yeah.
And the trip is for nothing.
It's for nothing.
But really, you're
but,
supposed to. The reason they're doing it in different areas is not just so that you don't have to travel. It's also because it's meant for the people in those areas.
Yeah, and that goes back to defrosting it, waiting a certain
Yeah.
amount of time, et cetera, et cetera.
And if they run out, and those people there that wanted their vaccine couldn't get it for XYZ because their vaccines ran out, the lines were too long,
yeah,
or a lot of them don't have a way to get to Boquete to come here to
Sure.
see if they can get it here.
yeah.
So really, you're kind of taking away somebody else's opportunity. It's not that you did anything wrong. I'm not saying you did anything wrong, because the information was out there. It was there.
It was there. Yeah.
And they did allow it to happen. Yes, they did. So it's fine. I'm not saying anybody's bad. I'm not saying that anybody did anything wrong. I'm glad you got vaccinated. I applaud you for getting vaccinated. But, just know they set it up by each circuit
Circuit, yeah.
to get to those people in that area. And they went by severity also.
Right.
Severity of the amount of cases. So that was the whole purpose of separating the districts. Nobody did anything wrong. I'm not criticizing anybody. Yay, vaccine.
But if you can wait
Yeah.
till it comes to your area.
And most people could.
Yeah,
Most people
yeah.
could. And, if you are not eligible for the Pfizer at the moment, then you do have the option of the AstraZeneca if you're a woman over 50
Or a man over 30.
or a man over
Yeah.
30.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember which one, in David, they had the AstraZeneca.
Uh-huh.
They had 100,000 doses.
Right.
And at the end of the day, they were left with 73, end of the week, they were left with 73,000.
Uh-huh.
Largely because of misinformation about the AstraZeneca
Right.
vaccine.
Right.
And, that goes back to talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
If your doctor says...
it right for you?
Yeah, you can go ahead and get this. Then,
Yeah.
go ahead and get it. I think
Yeah.
in the next week, maybe week after, I'll have to check, they'll be at the fairgrounds
Yeah.
with AstraZeneca vaccine.
Yeah.
So if
I
you're-
heard Monday
yeah.
at first, but it might not be.
Yeah.
Who
But-
knows? They might do
yeah.
it again on Sunday.
But if you're under 60...
Yeah. And you
or
really
under
want
30,
to get it now.
and you want to get it now, that you have an option.
Yeah, and
You have an
so
option.
people are saying, well, it's not as effective as Pfizer. Maybe the percentage is not as high as Pfizer for protecting you from catching COVID. It's still totally worth it.
Well, yeah, flu vaccine's what, 30%?
Yeah,
30,
30, 40%.
30 40%
Yeah.
effective.
Yeah.
So,
Any vaccine is better than no vaccine,
yeah.
especially if you're at risk.
And you'll have your card. The AstraZeneca, are they still 4 weeks between doses?
I don't remember if they're 3 or 4. I think they're doing 4 for everything.
For everything.
If Dad is listening in, do you know AstraZeneca? How long between the dose?
Yeah.
First and second. And I also don't remember the exact percentage of protection it offers, so I'm going to look it up real quick. I hate trying to spell it.
IT is spelled IT. It's spelled. Now, every time you look at the Google search page, you're going to be thinking of those googly eyes.
I know.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank
work
you.
here is done.
Now everybody is going to think of it too.
They're going to be searching around Boquete for googly
Googly
eyes.
eyes. There's going to be none. You're going to have to start.
Don't steal my googly eyes.
Yeah, don't steal his googly eyes. And definitely take a picture and send it to him if you find them. Okay, I was looking up the percentage of protection that AstraZeneca offers. Okay. About 76% covered with the first dose, which is actually pretty close to...
That's double a flu vaccine.
Yeah, and that's pretty close to the Pfizer after the first dose. With protection maintained to the second dose with an interval of 12 weeks or more, the vaccine efficacy increased to 82%.
So that's a pretty high.
It's very high.
That's a pretty high level of protection.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
Like, no, it's not 100%, but it does against symptomatic cases. Protects 100%.
Yeah.
100%, and it will keep you from ending up in the hospital.
And that really is you want to.
That's the goal.
Yeah, the goal is to stay out of the hospital.
The goal is to stay out of the hospital. The goal is not to have massive scarring in your lungs. The goal is not to overload the medical system, and the goal is to get life back to normal again. So 76% is pretty good. Going up to possibly, 86, 90%, it's better than nothing. Let me tell you. I know a lot of people want the the Pfizer.
Yeah. Well, the EU, the European Union, sponsors a organization called the European Medicines Agency. It's a scientific medical health agency. It's extremely respected. And they published an article a little while ago, and it says EMA Safety Committee concluded its preliminary review of a signal of blood clots in people vaccinated with the Vaxzevria, that's AstraZeneca. At its extraordinary meeting in March, the committee confirmed that, and I know we're getting short on time here, so I'll be quick. The committee confirmed that the benefits of the vaccine in combating the still widespread threat of COVID-19 continue to outweigh the risk of side effects. 2, the vaccine is not associated with an increase in overall risk of blood clots in those who receive it. 3, and there's only 4 of these, there is no evidence of a problem related to specific batches of the vaccine or to particular manufacturing sites. And finally, the vaccine may be associated with very rare cases of blood clots associated with thrombocytopenia.
Thrombocytopenia, yeah.
Okay, yeah, low levels of blood
Platelet counts, yeah.
With or without bleeding. So,
right.
And there are rare cases, but 20 out of 20 million people that were vaccinated, there was only 7 cases.
So it's safe.
It's statistically non-existent.
Yeah. It's safe. That's what I try to say. You have a better chance of winning the Gordito. Yeah. So, our friend Grant in Scotland says that in Scotland, at least, it was a 12-week spacing between the first and second with AstraZeneca. Hi, Grant.
Hi, Grant.
And what was the other? Oh, Lyme disease patients. Can they get the vaccine? Yes. Yes, you can get the vaccine if you've had or have Lyme disease. There is no contraindication to that. I am guessing we're just about out of time.
We're getting the side eye from both of ours.
He's like, hello, yeah. He's like, are you guys done yet?
Yeah. I want to eat.
So that made him smile. Yeah, he's like, I got to get to work. Okay, so I think we've covered a whole lot.
I think we have, yeah.
Yeah, and we've gotten some honorable mentions in here for information. Thanks to everybody that's sent me information. Thanks for everyone's questions. So this has been Talking with Your Doctor with Dr. Shannon Tour, myself, and my special guest, frequent guest, Stefanelli.
Regular guest.
Yeah, I'd love having you here. Thank you, Bolivar, for being our engineer today. And thank you, Veronica, for letting us use the signal. Everybody have a great weekend.